영어 동화 세상 리틀팍스.
Ally on Earth, Allyzooba of Australia. Chapter 1, Party Plans.
And here she is, the birthday girl, Allyzooba!
The DJ announced. The crowd cheered as Ally entered the large ballroom.
Thank you all for coming to my party!
She twirled around, showing off her new outfit.
Happy birthday!
Everyone cried, but from somewhere in the back of the room, a voice called,
Allyzooba!
Ally kept twirling.
Allyzooba!
The voice said more sharply. Ally's eyes flew open, abruptly ending her daydream.
Allyzooba Delta 5X of Australia!
Her father called from the main control room. Her family's spaceship was docked on planet Dorpio 10 for her parents' latest peace mission. As Australians with astral minds, they flew all over the universe. They solved major problems like severe droughts, food shortages, even wars between galaxies.
We're back!
Ally's dad called.
Our mission was a success, so we'll be taking off for home soon.
Okay!
Ally called back. She threw her voice so it would sound as if it were coming from another part of the ship.
I'm just finishing up my homework!
Ally picked up her tablet and continued planning her party.
Dad won't come looking for me if he thinks I'm doing homework.
She thought. But seconds later, her father burst into her sleep quarters.
Homework, huh?
Dad took Ally's tablet from her.
You should watch what you think, daughter. You're not the only Australian who can read minds.
Ally sighed.
I was hoping you were too far away.
I was close enough for you to throw your voice to trick me. So I was close enough to read your mind.
He sat beside her, his expression softening.
Mom and I are happy that you've mastered throwing your voice, and your levitation skills are improving. But you're past the age when most Australians start going on solo missions. You need to focus on your studies to prepare.
Ally nodded.
Okay, can I have my tablet back now?
I'm afraid not. Our astral minds are revered all over the universe because we use them to help others, not plan parties.
But parties make people happy, Dad! Doesn't that count?
Not as much as keeping the universe in peaceful balance,
Dad said.
Your mother and I have made up our minds. It's time for you to be more responsible.
Fine!
Ally sighed.
Send me to planet Gray Zone. I can teach those dull Gray Zoners to be more colorful, like me!
Ally's mom joined them.
We're going to start with a simpler task. The communication device in Escape Pod Alpha needs repair. Fixing it is a skill you'll need when you start going on solo missions.
Escape pods were kept on Australians' motherships in case things got dangerous, and a quick getaway was required. Ally moaned.
Ugh, repairs are boring.
Mom folded her arms and stared at her. Ally didn't need to read her mind to know she would never win this argument.
Fine, I'll fix the comm device.
She walked to her closet.
I'll change out of my pajamas and then get started.
A few minutes later, Ally emerged in a brightly colored outfit. She wore her favorite boots, which made her feet look especially big.
That's your idea of work clothes?
Ally's mother asked. Ally twirled around.
Isn't this a cute outfit?
Her mother sighed.
It's not very practical.
It's fine for you to wear a boring old uniform, Mom, but I have to express my personality. It's what I'm known for.
We want you to be known for doing good works throughout the universe.
Mom said.
When we were your age, we had already been on solo missions.
She held out a tablet.
Here's the manual for fixing the comm device. Take a look and let me know if you have any questions.
Ally pretended to read through it for a moment.
It seems simple enough.
Mom frowned.
You know how to check the meters? And make sure you unplug the...
I know all that stuff.
Ally rolled her eyes and flipped her tentacles.
See you later.
As she walked to the area on the ship where the pods were stored, Ally forced herself to think about homework. She didn't want her parents detecting her real thoughts right now. But as soon as she was out of range, those thoughts came spilling out.
I can't believe they don't trust me with something as simple as fixing a comm device. I'll show them they're wrong. I am totally ready for real Australian missions.
Ally on Earth, Allyzooba of Australia. Chapter 2, Tripped Up. Ally intended to start working right away. But after she stepped into Escape Pod Alpha, she quickly got distracted.
I haven't been in this pod in so long.
It had a comfortable sleeping unit along with some fun entertainment options. But when she looked at the meal-o-matic that dispensed food, she saw it was nearly empty.
Looks like the food supply is running low. I'd better remind Mom to refill it when I'm done.
Ally grabbed one of the last bottles of Juba juice from the machine and took a swig.
Still bubbly.
She turned the repair manual on and got ready to work, but there was something bothering her.
It's too quiet in here.
She murmured. She pressed a button on the dashboard and the pod's computer instantly lit up.
Alpha,
Ally commanded.
play some fun music.
An upbeat song filled the pod.
Satisfactory choice?
The computer asked.
Yes, I love this song.
Ally jumped up to dance around. When the song ended, she sighed.
I guess it's time to get to work.
It's long past time.
The computer said. Ally scowled.
Are you going to start nagging me too? Besides, if you're so smart, why can't you fix the comm device yourself?
Repair of communication devices is beyond my capabilities.
The computer's lights dimmed as it put itself to sleep.
That's fine.
Ally mumbled.
I don't need your help or anyone else's. I'll have this comm device working in no time.
She took another sip of Juba juice and sat down to work. A short while later, Ally had taken the comm device apart, and all the pieces sat in front of her.
Ugh,
She pushed her tentacles out of her face.
that wasn't very hard. And I found the problem. The fuse was blown. Now all I have to do is put the device back together.
The computer lit up.
Be sure to consult the manual before reassembling comm device.
Thanks, Alpha.
Ally replied.
But I took it apart so I can totally put it back together.
She snorted.
My parents will be sorry they called me irresponsible.
The computer made a noise that sounded like... Before long, Ally had finished reassembling the device.
See, Alpha?
She proudly flipped her tentacles.
I told you I didn't need the manual.
Standing by for test of communication device.
The computer said.
Here we go!
Ally turned the device on, expecting it to light up. But nothing happened. She tried again. Still nothing.
That's funny.
Ally murmured.
I don't know what's wrong.
Scanning area.
The computer clicked and clacked.
Detecting nanochip receiver on the floor. Repeat. Detecting nanochip.
I heard you the first time.
Ally checked the floor by her feet. The computer was right. A part from the device was lying there.
Oops.
She didn't want to admit it out loud, but it was time to consult the manual. As Ally reached across the dashboard to grab the tablet, Her arm knocked into the Juba juice. The bottle tipped, spilling sticky juice all over the manual and the dashboard. The tablet sparked while the dashboard fizzled and popped.
Oh no!
Allie cried.
What have I done?
Sensors indicate you spilled Juba juice, and the...
I know what I did.
Allie snapped.
I need to know how to undo it.
The computer clicked, but Allie cut it off before it could speak.
No, don't tell me. I'll figure it out myself. But first, I'd better clean up this mess.
She hurried to get a towel. But somehow the toe of one of her boots got stuck on a rung of the chair. Allie lost her balance, and her hand slammed into the control lever. She gasped as she heard the escape pod's engine spark to life. Then... whoosh! The pod started to zoom away from the mothership.
Alpha!
Allie shouted.
Stop this thing! Get me back to my parents' ship! Fast!
Unable to comply. Escape pod is unable to redock with the mothership at this time.
What?
Allie blinked, trying to understand what she was hearing.
Then call my parents so I can ask them what to do.
Command does not compute. Communication device is offline.
Oh no!
Allie cried, watching in horror as the pod hurtled into deep space. Allie on Earth. Allyzooba of Australia. Chapter 3. A Hard Landing. The escape pod shot through space. Allie kept trying to turn it around, but nothing worked. Then, suddenly, things got worse.
Warning, low fuel.
The computer said.
How low?
Allie snapped.
Must land to refuel.
Are you kidding me? Ugh!
Allie groaned.
Where's the closest planet to refuel and get parts to fix the comm device?
The computer whirred.
Nearest planet with intelligent life is Earth. Atmosphere, oxygen. Dominant life form, human, also called Earthling. Temperament, intelligent, creative, sometimes friendly, but often dangerous. Previous attempts to make contact with humans, unsuccessful. Deemed too dangerous.
Allie gulped.
Dangerous?
Some humans are curious about visitors from other realms, but most are suspicious and respond with aggression.
Yikes!
Allie had never heard of a life form that didn't treat Australians with deep respect.
Engage Meld Medallion to activate human-shaped camouflage for protection.
Phew!
Allie said.
I can camouflage myself to look like a human. Okay, Alpha, let's land on Earth.
Allie watched as the pod approached the pretty blue and green planet.
Earth matches my outfit.
She thought.
It can't be too bad.
The pod flew low over a deserted sandy area before touching down behind some trees in a park. Allie slipped on her Meld medallion, a necklace that contained special technology. It allowed her to blend in with other life forms. She expected to feel different instantly, but instead she felt just like herself, until she looked in the mirror.
Wow!
Her tentacles had been transformed into red, curly hair, and her nose was now sharp and pointy. But the most surprising change was to her feet.
Ugh! My feet look so small now.
Small feet are the least of your problems.
The computer said. Allie ignored the comment and went outside. She used her Meld medallion to shrink the pod and camouflage it among the trees.
Don't go anywhere, Alpha. I might need to escape quickly from this place.
As she stepped out from behind the trees, Allie saw some posters about local attractions along the path. Two humans, a mother and daughter, were looking at one of the posters. Allie tried to read their minds but couldn't hear anything. She thought.
Maybe my mind-reading ability doesn't work here.
She lifted her arms in a traditional Australian greeting.
Hello!
The little girl spun around.
An alien, Mommy! A real one!
Ally froze. But the mother smiled.
That's just a friendly teenager, honey. Wave and say hello.
After the humans walked away, Ally went over to look at the posters. One showed a picture of a large glass building with a Graysonian spaceship floating above it. Intrigued, Ally held up her meld medallion to translate the poster. It read, "Visit the world-famous Sandville UFO Museum."
That sounds like the perfect place to find parts and fuel.
Ally thought. After walking around for 30 minutes, Ally still hadn't found the museum. She'd been on hot planets before, but this one seemed particularly warm with a blazing sun and no clouds. She felt hot and hungry. Just then, she caught a delicious scent.
Food!
She jumped up and followed the scent to a busy street with a crowded restaurant. A sign read, "Pepe's Diner, grand opening today." Ally took a deep breath and went inside. To her relief, nobody looked at her in surprise.
Good!
She thought.
My meld medallion is working!
A waitress handed her a menu.
Only one seat is left at the counter.
Ally sat down and opened the menu. She wanted to use her meld medallion to translate it, but the waitress was watching her closely.
I'll just have one of everything!
Ally blurted out.
You got enough money? That'll cost hundreds of dollars.
Dollars?
Ally shook her head.
I don't have any of those.
The waitress took the menu back.
Sorry, no handouts.
Ally was confused.
I didn't ask you for a hand. I asked for food.
If you want anything in this world, honey, you've got to work for it.
Oh!
Ally finally understood. Unlike on other planets where food was free, Earthlings charged money for nourishment.
I can pay for my meal with good deeds. Do you have a war that you need stopped? Natural resources that need protection?
Ha ha.
The waitress said, but she wasn't laughing.
Like I said, you need to find a job.
How?
Look for help wanted signs.
Ally grinned.
No problem. Responding to cries for help is what we Australians do best.
She leaped up and darted out the door.